Hello, my name is Ola Tarkowska. I'm a software developer in OMERO team here based in Dundee. And today I would like to talk about Dockerizing OMERO. Let's first start from the short story. Probably most of you are familiar with when the new version of OMERO is out. This may announce that OMERO is using newer version of dependencies, and when in your institution there is a need to upgrade OMERO server, this may cause issues because if OMERO is deployed on the shared resources, this is not necessarily easy task to do and probably require more effort from sysadmins to upgrade. Then we feel that Dockerizing OMERO and giving pre-built Docker containers may help to resolve uh, deployment in the future. This presentation is about how Docker containers help us to build development tools and deploy OMERO on our testing platform, and what's the future plan in terms of production solution. Let's first start what the Docker is and what the containers are exactly. The Docker is an open source tool to allow building, running, testing, and deploying distributed application inside the software container. They wrap up a piece of software in a complete file system that contains everything it needs to run: a code, runtime, system tools, system libraries, anything you can install on the server. This guarantees that it will always run the same regardless of the environment it is running. It allows also to deploy on any environment. Most of you probably are familiar with the virtualizations and how sometimes painful virtual machines are, especially when it comes down to integration and distributed software. Here is a picture of showing how Docker resolve many of those issues and how it perform. Why basically OMERO needs Docker? It allows us to deliver new features without breaking a main development process. In particular, it's very useful when we need to develop a new feature, and all the development is happening out of the main development line. But still with the Docker containers and deploying daily changes, we can test them and make sure that new piece of software, new features are fully integrated and don't break anything in the main line. It simplifies our deployment process and allow us to test new packages. Then, like for example, recently we released OMERO that can be deployed on ICE 3.6. Then this was fully tested using Docker. It helps us with scalability and performance, and this I will be talking about this in a second. What's the current status? At the moment we are developing our Docker containers. We started from improving our continuous integration platform. Right at the moment we have a almost fully working continuous delivery platform that starting from when the developers submit the code for the review, is fully tested on any stage of testing. The feedback is given back to the developer. Automated tests help us with improving the quality of the code, and deployment process is also fully tested, and another feedback is also given to the development team. Then the whole development workflow is right now fully covered by uh, by the testing. Here is the example of how we actually deploy our development platform. Every, everything is managed by Jenkins. Um, then um, all the jobs are most of all the jobs are deployed on each container. That first the packages are built on the test container, then the server package is deployed on an OMERO container using a Postgres database. Web client is deployed on the web container, which is served by Nginx container. Also, web is using new infrastructure for maintaining HTTP session that is stored in Redis. Tests are run against server on testing container, and after deployment, the UI tests are run on the Selenium hub. That here is our visual version of the same infrastructure, that all those jobs help us to maintain and test new coming changes. The dev space is fully available on GitHub. Here is the link. Everyone who would like to develop new OMERO features supposed to use this platform and should and then could get much reliable output and outcome of the testing. What's the future? At the moment, we have a fully working Docker containers for our daily testing purposes. The future plan is to move those Docker containers to Docker Hub and make them make them production quality and serve them in a Docker Hub. We have some basic work done on this, and we are planning to release them sometime soon. I would like to thank you, our boss Jason, and OMERO team, and our sponsors.